All right, how's everybody doing? This is your professor, Dr. Jace Austin, and welcome to week number 4. That is right, week number 4 of 9407, which is your intellectual freedom and its discontents class. Again, I am your professor, Dr. Jace Austin, and I am going to do a very brief check-in video. So this one should be less than 7 minutes, but there's not too terribly much that we need to talk about today. For one thing, I do just want you all to be aware, and I put in a announcement in the class today because I had several students just kind of ask about this, and I wanted to address this concern. The concerns are valid, and I want to make sure that they are treated as such. So I've got three, I think, of you who just expressed some frustration with the having to do all of this legal reading for the class. Now, what I'm going to say about that is this. First of all, there's a reason why I decided to do the legal reading, and that reason is just because you will have a lot of librarians who are not lawyers, and Dr. Jace is not a lawyer either. We do have a lawyer in the course. I don't think James Rich minds me calling him out, but we do have at least one lawyer in the course. Perhaps we have others. And if you are a lawyer, great, share that expertise. But having said that, there are a lot of librarians who are not lawyers who go around talking about what is and is not First Amendment protected, and they are not reviewing the law when doing this and getting things wrong. This is particularly the case when discussing hate speech, and I've seen it several times. I've seen on Facebook a librarian say, people need to realize that the First Amendment does not protect hate speech. And they said it very declaratively. And there were likes from like 100 something people who saw that comment and thought that it was true, and it's not. So, we have to be prepared to actually know the law. A second thing that I want to bring up to you all is that this is not something that Dr. Jace is having you do that he has not done himself. So I took a media law class at the University of South Carolina when I was working on my PhD. The class was taught by renowned South Carolina media law professor, Sir Bender. What was his first? Jay Bender. So Jay Bender, he taught the class. He did a wonderful job, and I base the First Amendment exemptions modules on his teaching of that First Amendment / media law class. So I've had to do this, and yes, I do realize that the legal reading case law, reading things on fine law, and actually we were using Westlaw when I was taking the class, but Westlaw is not free. So I went and got you the free stuff so that you would not have to pay for any databases or pay for any books or anything like that. So, and I did not want to include a textbook for this class, in part because I was trying to watch you all's budget. So that was another thing we did. The Intellectual Freedom Manual is optional. The bookstore does list it as optional. So you are not required to buy that, but it is something that you may want to keep if you have it. And then also it's something that most, maybe I shouldn't say most, but lots and lots of libraries do keep it. So having said that, yes, if you are frustrated with reading the legal things off of fine law, what I want you all to realize is I am not preparing you to actually litigate cases. I am just preparing you to vaguely know the law in a sense that, okay, you're aware that these things exist and that they can potentially shape library policy, library collection development, who can and cannot speak or hold programming in the library, and so forth and so on. Okay, so be aware of that. Now, the other side of that coin is that if you don't understand what you just read within one of those fine law cases, then do some self-exploration, and that's what you should get in the habit and in the mood of doing as a librarian anyway. Try to discover more so that you know a little better what you're dealing with. And with with these legal cases, I mean, a lot of times it can just be as simple as going onto YouTube and typing in the name of the case, and the hopefully you will get a good brief rundown of the case in layman's terms so that you can understand it better. Let's actually try something out here. If I do Chaplinsky v. New Hampshire, I'm not going to click on any of these, but see, I bet you can get the bulk of what you need to know in one of these 5-minute videos, okay? So that's why I say read, at least skim the case law first, and then afterwards just try to find one of these videos that can help set some context for you, okay? And I think if you do that, you'll understand things a little better. But don't get frustrated. Don't get too frustrated. I don't think there's any need for anyone to, spend a lot of time just trying to digest all the legal minutia of any particular case, because again, you're not going to be litigating. You're not going to be a lawyer. We are training librarians here, okay? And another thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is that there is an optional discussion prompt that you can involve yourself with if you want. And it is this, no, I can't say very much about this because I work for the University of Missouri. I work for Mun Choi. The journalism school actually did. They did issue a statement with 15 professors signing it, I believe, as far as objecting to Dr. Choi's handling of students who complained about COVID. And we certainly want to give students the access to their professors in any and all ways possible, okay? But you are welcome to do this optional discussion prompt. If you want to learn more about what happened, you can click on this Daily Beast article here, or you can really, if you Google News, Mun Choi's name, several things about this are probably going to come up, okay? So you've got that. And from there, you can participate in that optional discussion prompt. We do have the Fighting Words module this week, and I think and hope that you all will enjoy that. So if we go over here to this module, then you'll see for week 4, we've got Chaplinsky versus New Hampshire. We've also got Virginia versus Black. And we do have some things that can kind of set up some context and kind of help. Again, we're laymen and laywomen. I hate the term laymen because it's gendered. We're lay people. So we, as lay people, we don't need to necessarily be able to truly and fully explain this law and its implications, but we do have to have a basic understanding of it, okay? And another reason I want you all to hang in there is because things are going to change dramatically starting in just a few weeks. With week 7, we're not going to have cases so much. We're going to have these types of readings here, starting with the hate speech is protected module, and then we're going to go into more traditional library things that were brought up really in the previous iterations of this course. So you do have the book banning, intellectual freedom for juveniles, meeting room spaces, patron confidentiality, filtering, and so forth. So, okay, I am almost at 10 minutes, so I do need to kind of can it here. But I will say, don't get frustrated. We'll do the legal thing the first half. The second half, we'll be doing more practical things related to real world situations within libraries. But I think you all are doing a great job with the legal stuff. I've been very impressed by what you've been putting on the discussion prompts. So keep it up, y'all. Please, please, please keep it up. And yeah, again, I want to have a fun semester in this class. There's no reason to torture you all in this class, especially during these very, very difficult times. So that's it for me. I'm Dr. Jace. My shoelaces have lace. I don't know. I'm out of here. Y'all take it easy.